authenticity.
It is. I'd like to think that I was there for you when you were a young radio broadcaster and you were at the Bangor State Fair, I want to say, and something had gone wrong.
Yes.
And so I went to either Hannaford or Shaw's. I bought some
No,
flowers.
you went to Luigi and Fredericks.
I did go to Luigi. I went to a real florist. And this was a special thing to do. I went to a florist, and you gave me the address, which I thought was brave of you.
Yeah, so Rick, you were working at WLBZ at the time?
Yeah, I was at Channel 2 at the time.
And I was in radio, and we both had to do stuff at the fair. And something did go askew. I might have screwed something up with a girl who was my girlfriend and now my wife. And she was at her apartment in Old Town. And I said, you asked me what was wrong, because you have a knack for knowing when there's stuff troubling people, even if they're trying to put a happy face on, which I was trying to do. And so I said...
your monologue.
Everything was fine in the monologue. Don't make me come over there!
Sorry.
Get that stool
So anyway,
back.
so I said, you know, I would love to get flowers to her, but I don't know that I... And you offered to bring flowers up to her and bring them to her apartment. You got the address?
It was raining, I think.
It was raining.
It was pouring rain. I knocked on the door, and it was like some scene from a movie.
Like John Cusack.
These are from Dan, and he's really, really sorry.
But it worked. It worked.
And it worked.
It all worked. We're all in good places.
Remember, this is pre-kids. Now, how many children do you have now?
73.
All right.
Oh, wait, two.
This is
Two kids.
Pre-kids, like every other week, Danny and I would go to a concert. I mean, a big one. You know, Paul McCartney in Boston, the Rolling Stones in Montreal, you know, Neil Finn, Brian Wilson. We're going to see all of these great shows. And we went, I convinced Dan to join me for a weekend in Limestone to go see Phish. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And this particular festival included a 5K run on a Sunday morning.
Were clothes optional during?
Well, it's interesting that you
Funny
should.
you ask.
Yeah, funny you should ask. I was up all night. There was no sleeping. In the tent next to mine
You mean
was this
awake?
guy that I was up all night.
Okay.
No sleeping. Bongo Billy was in the next tent, playing his bongos, really irritating. And so I was sleepless, and I had signed up online to be in this 5K, and I was excited, but I was exhausted. I needed coffee. So I found this guy, a vendor, in the camping area selling coffee. And the name of this vendor was Dank Fatty Coffee. And I thought, it's fatty with a PH. Okay, it's coffee. That's all I cared about. I had 5 cups of it.
Yeah, you did.
And so I didn't know that this was special coffee.
No.
And so I'm in the middle of this 5K, and it's like I'm running through quicksand. And I look over, and I'm passing the Dank Fatty Coffee guy, and Danny's talking to him, and it's like, he's talking to Dank Fatty Coffee guy. And at the same moment, you pointed at me and said, hey, that's my pal. And Dank Fatty Coffee guy points at me and says, that's my best customer. It was like trying to run through quicksand.